radio. I speak it though. What's on your mind? Is deep though. We'll speak it though. We on the air. Just take it there. I'ma take it there. Hold up. Yeah, I'm talking about it, but I'm real about it. I speak on it, but don't catch films about it. We can chop it up like it's nothing, baby.
What's going on, everyone? We are back here live here in the OT Radio Show, and man, do we got a good show for y'all today? You know, today is on this beautiful Wednesday. You know, like I always say, we almost at the end to get started for the weekend. But let me tell y'all, I am bringing in one of the hottest international hip-hop music duos. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably like, ROT, we got another one. Yes, we have another one here on the show. Hey, Zupa Nova is joining us here on the show. You know what I mean? And I cannot wait to have conversation with both of them because they are bringing the love. They spreading the love. Zupa Love. They spreading all of the love. So right now, with further ado, our producers say they are ready to have conversations with your boy OT. I am ready to have conversation with them. So come on and let's bring them in to have these beautiful, beautiful conversations. So let's go ahead and bring them in. Up, we got one.
Hey.
We have another one. We got another one. Yes,
there we go.
Have the group. What's going on, y'all? First of all, man, thank you. It's an honor and it's definitely a pleasure to have y'all here joining us here on the show.
Thank you for having us on the show.
Yeah, likewise. Appreciate it. How you doing?
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Man, listen. So let's go ahead and dive into some things, man. You know, our listeners and people that's going to be watching and people that's going to be listening to it and everything. Tell them a little bit about y'all. How did y'all two come together?
I think that all started with my cousin.
You want to tell it, Davy?
Yeah, so like years back, my cousin was always like, "Oh, my homie."
I don't know if you can hear him. Can you hear him?
Yep, I can hear him. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he's like, "Yeah, my homie this, my boy that, blah blah blah. He raps, he does this, he songwrites, he does that." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And then he's telling Rawcel the same thing. "Oh, my cousin this, my cousin that," and so. For years, like he would just say whatever, like, "Oh, you got to meet my boy, and I'm like, "Yeah, you know, the guy who doesn't even exist because it's just like this phantom mystery guy that you always talk about, but I've never met him before."
Right.
So one day out of nowhere, I was actually like rehearsing with a metal band playing drums, and we're outside on a smoke break, and I get a phone call to my cousin. He's like, "Hey, remember my boy I keep telling you about?" I'm like, "Yeah," and yeah, so he's like, "Oh, they want to do a studio sesh, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay, what instrument?" It's like, "Oh, guitar. Come out to, I forgot where it was. NoHo. It's like NoHo or somewhere like that." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So go out there, and yeah, I think it was like a session for like Flowrider or some other artist, and so we started linking up after that, and then yeah, we started doing stuff and producing for other people, and then it just kind of got to a point where it was just like, why don't we just like make our own music?
Right.
and one thing too, as a producer and a songwriter, is like when you're making stuff for other people, like there's going to be sometimes you make a beat or write a song where you don't even know who it's going to fit to. You're like, who could use this? And you're like, I have no idea. And it gets to a point where you start making so much stuff, you're like, this is me. Like I can't think of an artist this is going to fit, but it will fit me because I made it. You know what I mean? And like Rawcel's writing a song's like, okay, this could probably fit to this person, or this could probably fit to this person, but there's going to get to a point where it's like something you write is so personal, it's just you.
Right.
So like we didn't, you can't find an artist like yourself. So some things are going to be so personal and written that just come from your soul that you just have to put it out as you. So we're like, yeah.
Wow. Because see, y'all come from two different backgrounds, right? So, Rawcel's a songwriter, right? And you you definitely, producer, recording artist, multiple instruments, right? So you that guy. So y'all come together to make this hit right here, Zupa Love. Like, wow. Now, how did that one? let's dive into that one, man. How did that one come about?
Well, I mean that one. We kind of pretty much our Zupa Nova. We kind of have like Zupa Hot, and we have our like Zupa language, and so we knew we wanted to do a song about Zupa Love. And so that song probably took about, I don't know, 6 months to a year because Davey had the track to it. And it just was a deep, heavy track. I knew it was like, this immediately we knew this is the song that we're going to do Zupa Love to. And so basically, working on that song the first time, we came up kind of like with the hook. We came up with some scratch vocals, but I just kind of got stuck with writer's block. And I'm like, I got to really think about this. Right. So let's come back to this. And then probably about, I don't know, 6 months, almost maybe a year, Davey pulls it up. He's like, do you remember this? I'm like, yeah, we got to finish this. I'm not leaving the studio until this is done. And so basically we go in on it. Once again, I'm getting stuck. I fall asleep. I wake up about 4 or 5 in the morning and it just all comes to me and it hits me. I'm like, this is it. I got it.
Wow.
And so I start writing it down, recording it. And that's where we have Zupa Love right there. So
I should just cut Rawcel off real quick and say he does have a history of waking up with ideas.
Wow.
So, I kid you not. We were having a studio, kind of real artsy, like outside the box conversation one time. We were talking about the universe, and he was sleeping on the couch. This years ago, he's sleeping on the couch, and as we're having this conversation about the universe, he's passed out cold. All of a sudden, he pops up out of nowhere. He's like, "Let me tell you guys something about the universe." And we're like, oh. And all of a sudden he says this deep, profound, thing or whatever, and our minds are blown. So it's like he has a past history of waking up with deep ideas, and it was one of those things where like he was passed out on the couch behind me, and I was just like doing some edits and working on the song, getting the vibe right. And then he just popped up out of nowhere. He's like, I got it. I'm like, you got it? He's like, I got it. I'm like, all right, well,
let's hear it.
Let's record it.
Right. Wow. Now, listen. Now, this is not just your normal. Let me go ahead and tell people that's watching. This is just not your normal people that we are talking to, y'all. You know what I mean? Because twice y'all had a top 40 hit. Twice.
Yes.
All right, so this ain't nothing new. Everyone, so if y'all don't dig in international stuff, this ain't nothing new to them. They've been there, they done that, and been there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
thank you.
Y'all already deep in the game. So let's talk about some of those hits. Because twice I was on the top 40. Bro, like it's amazing. It's amazing. Like y'all chart tops. Like
You want to speak on that, Davey?
I mean, yeah, the first one was with Pop Pop, and that was kind of like a blessing in disguise because what ended up happening was that usually we do like a tour every year, like a world tour. We'll go all throughout Asia and stuff, and we weren't touring that year. COVID had just hit, and we were kind of like, what are we gonna do? All our plans, all these things just got canceled. And that was going to be one of our biggest world tours to date. We were going to hit 4 different continents. We're going to do like Europe, following Fashion Week, Mulan, I think Paris, London, we're going to go all over the place. Brazil, all through South America, Asia, of course. And then everything came to a halt with the pandemic. And so Rawcel had an idea of like, hey, well, if we can't go around the world, physically, maybe we can go around the world virtually, and we can do a radio campaign. And we had never even tried to do a radio campaign before that. And so we had a hookup, and the guy was like, He's like, I could give it to a DJ, but there's no guarantee he's gonna play it. He might think it's trash and be like, okay, whatever. So we're like, all right. And then the DJ liked it and he played it, and then another DJ liked it and he played it, and another DJ liked it and he played it, and it just kept snowballing, and next thing you know, it's nationwide. It's just growing, and kind of blew our minds. So, but that would have never happened had we not been in that sort of tough situation where we had our tour canceled, and the biggest one that we were ever going to have. So it was like a huge letdown, a huge disappointment. And then all of a sudden it became like this huge blessing where had that not happened, we would have never had that idea.
Right.
And so, yeah, it just kind of forced us to sort of accept, adapt, and overcome. And luckily that's exactly what happened. So yeah, it was a really interesting way that we got about it. We were kind of like cornered into it in a sense, but yeah, so that was number one. And then after that happened, we kind of had like a lot more faith in what we were doing and how we were moving. And so we had our next hit, Zupa Hot, and we were kind of like, I think Rawcel was like, you down to run another campaign? What do you think? I'm like, bro, run it.
Right.
Like, run it. And yeah, so that one hit too. And then we got back to back. And then we did last year. Last year we had a single, Don't Think, which is a collab with our boy Jacopo. And then that one went, I think, number 5 on college radio in North America. Yeah, so we decided to pivot a little bit and try to hit like different demographics, different targets, just to see where that one would go. And then with this next one, with Zupa Love just dropped, we're thinking about that 3-peat and kind of run it on some radio stuff. So we just got picked up. Kiss just played us, and they said they sent us out to like something crazy, like 1,500 other radio stations. So yeah, who knows what's gonna happen in this near future.
Man, listen, man, you already know what's gonna happen. We got that 3-peat up. You know what I'm saying? We got the 3-peat up, man. You said what I'm saying?
3-peat up.
3-peat up, man. Y'all got it. So y'all just had your album release, your video release party. Tell me, how did it go? Because it still sounds like you're still over there, Dad. You still kind of sound like you're still kind of hoarse, and I know it was a while ago, but like you're still trying to recover from that that video release part.
Yeah, I mean, it was Liddy City for sure. It was popping. It was popping. It was downtown LA. We had our boy DJ Prophet on the 1s and 2s, and he was one of our OG DJs from the beginning. So it was really cool to kind of go full circle and have him back in the loop. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was really nice.
Yeah, also shout out to John Moore. He was a promoter who set that up for us. And then we had Jacopo stop by and perform Don't Think. And this boy Ray in the project, a dance crew that works with us, they were there, and we just turned up and had a lot of fun.
Wow. Now, something that's very interesting to me, right? Because, you hear a lot of people that are in the music industry, and, they just in the music industry, basically, right? But y'all do other things, too. Y'all are definitely philanthropists. So I want to know a little bit about that. Can you tell me more about the mission? Because both of y'all are in it. So do y'all have the same mission, or y'all are both doing something different?
I would say a little bit of both. Okay. We have the same mission of what we're doing with our brand. And, the brand itself is going to be something that's going to help support what we want to do individually as well. So one of the things that, we're getting into is fashion designing, and we're getting into doing our own events. In a quarter mile, turn left. And basically getting into doing a docuseries as well right now. So we have several different projects we're working on. That's going, our music is just going to also support what we're doing. It's just a part of what we're doing out of the whole Zupa world that we're building.
Okay. All right. Sound good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave. Talk to me.
For me, it's kind of like, we always have these ideas, like with Zupa Nova, and we kind of do wordplay with like Zupa Heroes, and we have like these ideas that we're gonna shoot as far as like series, like a superhero series called Z Girls with all the stuff going on, and so to me, I kind of look back at some of the old school superhero stuff where it's like I look at it like, you got like Batman and Superman, where they have the same goal, but maybe a different strategy or a different way to go about it. And so I think musically, lifestyle, culture, fashion, influence, I think we both have the same sort of want for the result, for the outcome. We have some of the same goals, but we use different ways to go about it. Mine might be a bass guitar one day. His might be a fashion idea, or another day mine might be a fashion idea and his might be, writing a song. Or so it's just always like sort of like the same goals, but with, different approaches. We're just trying to Voltron up and just trying to, do what we can, where we can and how we can, and just try to make it happen. So, in general, I would say ZupaNova is like more like a lifestyle brand, not just music. It's more like lifestyle, fashion, culture, music, obviously. But yeah, so we started off like even back in the day doing like runway modeling, both ourselves and also doing like collabs, designing with other designers and stuff like that. So we've always been sort of like in that fashion game and had an interest in fashion and just anything that kind of presses on that new forefront, culturally speaking. Like I'm even like that with food now. I'm trying to add in like the other day I made spaghetti, right? But the meat that I threw in, I cooked it like taco meat style. I threw that into the spaghetti, and then I took like this four cheese you would normally use. Types of cheese. You normally use that for like Mexican stuff. And I threw that, kind of spread that over on top of the Parmesan. So it's like, so I'm just trying to hybrid and be at that, cultural forefront, like almost any way I can, whether it's food, music, fashion, just kind of whatever.
Now, I got to ask you, I mean, you did all that, right, with the spaghetti. Did you at least put it in the oven? You know what I mean? You gotta put the spaghetti in the oven when you have the cheese and the Parmesan. You gotta put it in the oven, man. I'm telling you, put it in the oven, bro. Woo! It's something. So different.
I do like an excessive amount of butter, and I use this really wide pan, and I use a cover, and I almost do it Spanish rice style where you don't lift it, and so yeah, it's like back in the day, in like a Hispanic family, if you were to lift that lid, like you're gonna get the chancla, like your grandma's gonna beat you. You're not supposed to lift that lid. You lifted that lid, you gotta pay the price. You gotta pay the price.
Oh man. So what other projects do y'all got coming up, and any collabos that y'all have?
Roy, you want to take that?
Yeah, I mean, we have a docu-series that we're filming right now, and we're working that with Rich Girl Network TV, who's helping to produce that with us. And then we also have somewhat of a concert series that we're preparing. And so within that, we're going to be doing like a visual experience. And so we're working on a few different interesting projects that's going to all tie in and kind of be the empire that we're kind of building with our brand.
Yeah, similar to what we were talking about before, where we're doing like, not only is it going to be like live concert style, but we're also throwing in like fashion with models. We're throwing in art with whether it be painting, or something of that nature. And so, yeah, we're just trying to throw in a little bit of everything, and just trying to do more of like a cultural experience, and our culture in general. Like, you know, like I was born and raised in Southern California, born in LA, and it's just a melting pot of the world. So for us, I think growing up, culture is just like a mix of everything, and just taking all your favorite of every culture, because that's just what we're surrounded by. We're not like, we didn't grow up in only one little thing, one type of food, one type of music, one,
Right.
you know, we're in that melting pot. And so we're just kind of like a product of our own environment, which is just like a hybrid of all of our favorite stuff. And so we want to do that too, and kind of bring that experience to the rest of the world, whether it be physically or virtually. And so, yeah, so for our ideas, we don't just want to do like a live concert. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that, but we want to kind of bring more to the table and just make it a little bit more exciting, and throw fashion in, and throw some other art, bring in artisans, bring in more creatives, and just kind of do some off top, like just big collabs if we can.
Right.
Bring in break dancers. We have a dancing crew, and so we want to add in all of those elements that kind of like come along with us. You know, it's a big, diverse, and inclusive group of people that rock with us, and so we want to basically shine a light and highlight everybody on the team.
Listen, man, I love that. I love that right there. So when can we be expecting that?
Pretty soon. You know, we're I think right now we're gonna finish our first episode to the docu-series, which is coming really soon. And then the next project will be the visual project. So there's a lot of things that are starting to happen. We're planning also like a New Year's Eve event as well.
Okay.
And so there's a few things in the works we're excited about.
Okay. Well, it looks like you made a stop, so you must have got to the destination.
Yes, made it.
So we're gonna take you off for a minute so you can have a chance to go ahead and come on in.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna talk to Dave for a minute.
The door's open.
All right.
Dave, what's happening? Man?
What's up?
Man, man, listen, man. Now look, I see you got all them guitars back there and everything, man. You know, so tell our fans a little bit, you know, and the people that's going to be listening and watching, a little bit about some of those, you know, guitars that you have back there, because I know they got stories to them.
Yeah, they definitely got some stories. You know, it's kind of like when you see somebody on the street and they're all inked up, they got tats everywhere, and you know, every one of them's got some sort of background story. I got everything from like the one way back there was like my very first acoustic guitar from my dad. There's like an anniversary edition Ovation. I grew up in a musical family where my dad was a multi-instrumentalist. My brother is a multi-instrumentalist. And so like for me, instead of having like toys around the house, like musical instruments were our toys. And so part of that was like drums, bass, guitar, piano. So like turntables, stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty natural just to pick up that stuff. And yeah, that the one all the way back there is like I almost never play it. It's just there. And there he is.
There he is. We got him. We got him now.
That one's probably got some of the most meaning as far as like, yeah, just the history behind it and everything. Like I grew up watching my dad play that guitar. I grew up watching my brother play that guitar, and that was like the first guitar that I learned on. So so yeah, I just kind of keep it there, and it's got a whole lot of memory behind it. And every other one has its story as well, but that's the most important. And then this one here, that one there is a nylon that I had this session with will.i.am.
Wow.
And he wanted to create some songs from scratch. And back in the day when I was playing guitar, we were in a studio session. He started calling me Bossa Nova. And then he was like, "Hey, I want to do some songs from scratch, blah, blah, blah." He's like, and a couple of them, he's like, "I want to do some like Bossa Nova style or whatever." And so he's like, "You got a nylon?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, come, blah, blah, blah." And I had an issue with mine like last minute. And I'm like, "Uh-oh." And it was kind of like a cheap excuse to get another one because like I wanted to get another one anyways.
Right.
It was just that little push off the edge, just enough to make me actually, pull the trigger. So I'm like, all right, well, let's run it up. And I got that one. And then that one ended up like creating a lot of songs that are out there in the world now that I just kind of look back. I'm like, yep. So that's that one right there. That's one of my babies.
Man,
they're all my babies. That's a squad behind me.
Right, right. So what is your connection? Because I know you talked about will.i.am and I know Rawcel was a songwriter. What is your connection with the Black Eyed Peas?
Pretty much met them long time ago. I known them even before they were the Black Eyed Peas. They were in a group called At Band Clan, and so we used to go to the same clubs and run into each other all the time. And then Will was like, "Man, you guys are pretty dope. Why don't you just come over to the studio and stuff like that?" And so we go hang out with DJ Motivate and with the whole At Band Clan crew, and I pretty much just seen their journey while going from there to getting a deal with Ruthless Records to Easy E passing, and then them having to start all over again, and then they got picked up by A&M and then eventually Interscope. So it was kind of there behind learning and meeting all these people and a part of that whole journey. And not only that, I went to high school with Fergie, and so I introduced her to them as well.
Wow, dude. See, a lot of people don't really know, like, there's a lot of connections when you start to see other artists and people behind the scenes. There is a lot of connections. Some of them went to high school together. Some of them, you know what I mean, was bandmates. Like, a lot of people really don't know. And the fact that y'all see them and y'all grew with them and now y'all doing y'all thing, and bro, like, hey, listen, all I can say is keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Right.
Keep on inspiring people. Keep on doing what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Because being a multi-instrumental player over there and a songwriter, that's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot,
but we have good chemistry, and we pretty much can challenge ourselves to do any kind of genre of music. And so we love it's always kind of about that creative spark that you could ignite and see what you come out with.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, I love it. I love it. Cause Zupa Love.
Zupa Love.
Man. So the fact that y'all got the song called Zupa Love, right? And there's a lot of things that's going on in this world. A lot of things. A lot of hatred, a lot of racism. Yeah. And the one thing about this, and it's global. The one thing about it, we all still need that love. We need that kindness. So for y'all to come out with that song and it's needed, man. It's definitely needed.
Definitely needed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, still to this day is definitely needed. And that's why we came up or influenced to come out with a song like that. And to be honest, I'm glad we did just in time, because the song actually saved my mom's life. She was going through some tough, hard times that I didn't even know of. And she heard the song and the words, every breath that I take, I'm living. Just kind of encourage her to pick up and keep going and not give up. And so, we've had responses from different people who've got emotional and cried and who said that's exactly what they needed to hear at this time. And someone posted that they lost a friend the other day through suicide, and this song just touched their heart and everything like that. And so, we're touching really topics on all those levels, when it comes to the song. We really, want to touch on those topics where, the world does need more love. And so you want to outreach to those situations.
Yeah, I think we grew up hearing, people say like be the change you want to see type of thing. And I feel like this song is kind of one of those where it was just, you know, just something that needed to be reiterated in this world. Not that it hasn't been said before, not that it won't be said again, but this is just our take on those vibes, and we're just trying to perpetuate that vibe and keep it going.
Hey man, listen, I love it. I love it. Now, do y'all have any merchandise? Let's talk about it. Do y'all have any merchandise that people can buy?
Yeah, if you go to ZupaNovaOfficial.com, there's a merch section. We have a whole classic black and white line with about maybe 30 or so pieces, the ZN line. And then we're also very, very soon we're going to drop the Zupa Love line. And then we have another couple other collabs in the works. That's one of the Zupa Love hoodies right there that Raw's got on. But yeah, if you go to ZupaNovaOfficial.com, it'll be there. And of course, if you follow some of our other social media, we'll be posting that sort of stuff.
Nice. Now I'm going to need one of those with your signature on it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I got to have one with the signature on it, man. So hey man, listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Seriously, I definitely appreciate you, man, for sitting here, telling us a whole lot about y'all, giving us insight in the things that, we need in this world. And that song bring that. And just like you said, it won't be the last, you know what I mean? And it ain't going to be the first, but we all need that love and how it is inspiring people and helping people get through tough times, dark times. Right. Yo, bro, listen. A three-peat. We're going to call it. It's going to be a three-peat, baby. It's going to be a three-peat. It's going to be a three-peat. So once again, man, I definitely appreciate y'all joining us here in the show, man.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family, because y'all are a part of the family now. So make sure, you know what I mean, y'all keep in touch with us. Stay following us and everything else. And make sure, before y'all leave, go ahead and tell everybody where to find you at on all social media platforms and websites.
You can find us everywhere, all major platforms at ZupaNova, ZupaNova. And you can find us on our website at ZupaNovaOfficial.com.
There it is, y'all. All right, y'all. Listen, we need to make it a three-peat. We need to make that a three-peat, baby. We got to make it a three-peat.
Ready.
Yes, sir. All right, well, listen, man, enjoy the rest of y'all day. I know y'all about to be in y'all creative mode because you're in the studio, so I already know the creative mode, the creative juices. Rossi, just go ahead and fall asleep and wake back up. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
With a banger song. Right.
Yeah. It's always the places where the pen is not around.
Yeah. Hey, message, y'all. There it is, right there from a songwriter. There's always a place where the pen is not around.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, right?
Dropping gems.
Dropping it. Dropping it. All right, y'all. Well, listen, man. I definitely enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed this interview. I appreciate y'all. And hey, man, y'all always welcome back. So
thank you.
Appreciate that. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, listen, have yourself a good day, man. And
you too.
Peace.
Till the next time.
Yes, sir. Next time. Oh man, y'all, good show. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow them. Zupa Love right there. All y'all gotta do, Supernova. Y'all can find them on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all go ahead and listen to the song Zupa Love. Very good song. Well, listen, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I don't know if I'm going to do a show tomorrow. I might do a show tomorrow. I might have a big special guest for y'all tomorrow. I'm thinking hard. Well, hey, stay tuned. But we'll see y'all same place, same time here on the OT Radio Show. And like I always say, if someone asks you how you doing, you tell them you're doing better than yesterday. All right? I love y'all. Y'all be good. And thank you for watching once again here on the OT Radio Show. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on all social media platforms. And thank you again. Peace.